everyone, so first of 4 video reviews for this week. I have been so busy reading. This first one is for Enchanters by K.F. Bradshaw, and if you want to check out my Goodreads review, if you're on Facebook, it's just a little bit further down the page under all the other videos, or if you're on YouTube, it is in the description below, so go check that out. And like I say, this is the video review. So Enchanters, it's a fantasy book and it's quite a long one as well. When I picked it up and I saw how many pages there were, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be reading this forever. So I imagine if you get it in print, it's a really big book. But having said that, fantasy books usually carry this length because they have a lot of mystery and depth that has to be uncovered as the author builds their world and invites you into it. And what was nice about this book is K.F. Bradshaw, she's given herself lots of time because of the length of the book to build a world, unique and complex characters in a massive cast for you, and just a really great intricate story. And the best thing about it was, as complex as fantasy is, this was complex yet so simple to understand, which was great because sometimes fantasy can get too in on itself and you feel really confused by a story. And the nicest thing about this, it was just such an easy read. It all made sense, it followed through, and the timings of it were all perfectly explained for you, so there was nothing to get confused about, which was absolutely great. It is part of a series, I believe, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens like in the rest of the series and seeing if there's more from the characters that were developed in this book, because the characters, again, were quite unique. They're complex in their own way, similar but different, all got their own unique sort of trait in terms of what they can do. So you've got like enchanters, legionnaires, lots of different types of person in there, and they've all got this past which is slowly being leaked to you as the reader as you go along. So you're finding out, and as they're journeying, going on this massive adventure, you're journeying with them, but you're also learning who they are, so you feel like a real part of their team in everything they're doing. And I really loved that about the book. It just made for a good reading experience. Like I say, it was so easy to read, so it was just a really interesting read, and I liked the way it sort of captured imagination, because everything in it had to be something that you had to explore and find out. You didn't know what any of this was. They were trying to restore magic to the world. It all started when the main character, who leaves home, she leaves home. Her name's Andrea. She leaves home and she goes off with Cassie. When she meets Cassie, because Meredith, see, I'm going to forget my names now, aren't I? It's been such a long time since I started reading it. Meredith is trying to restore magic so that she can get her dead husband back, and she's using Cassie and Andrea to try and do that. She brings Cassie here from another world, and then Andrea promises that she can send Cassie back if she comes and helps her restore magic. So that's the sort of main reason they go off on their adventure. But the nicest thing about Andrea and Cassie is they don't realise they're quite tense, and they're slowly burning a bit of romance behind them, but it takes them an awfully long time to work out that is what the two of them are doing. So it focuses a lot on the detail of the adventure, which was really nice, rather than focusing too much on the relationship between the main characters. It's nicely balanced in there to keep everything moving with the other characters, and so you're not getting bogged down in too much with one sort of set of character stories. You're getting a fair amount of everybody's story, and that's why I say I'm looking forward to seeing what else happens in the series, to see if there's more exploration of the relationships and what has happened with them now, because Cassie wasn't sure whether she was going to go home afterwards after they restored magic or not. So it was all very mystical and magical, and just a very interesting read. And for anyone who's really into their fantasy, really likes all that, you know, created worlds and all that, this was a great created world for you, and I think you'd get really lost in there and really enjoy yourself. It was a great book in terms of that. So I will pop a link in the description so you can go grab a copy of the book. Go check it out, especially if you like fantasy. It's definitely a book you'll want to check out. It's very cleverly put together, very clever plot, very clever sort of storyline and reasons for things happening, all very clever. And I was really interested in it, and I did really like it. Like I say, so I'll pop a link in the description, grab a copy of it. If you've read Enchanters by K.F. Bradshaw, please let me know what you thought. I'd really love to know whether you enjoyed it and whether it's sort of interested you now in reading more fantasy books or not. If you're going to read it, or if it's on your to read list, again, please just let me know, because it's always great to know what everybody's reading and what everyone's interests are, and whether it's something that appeals to you or not. It'd be really great to know. And if you do read it, I just hope you enjoy it. Bye!